What is up, and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video. My name's HTG Brian, and today I've got the Executor Capital Ship. Executor? Executor. I don't know, take your pick. Either way, this actually can be found in either the Tatooine or Bespin Space areas. More on that in a hot second, but this is actually going to cover not only what is required to unlock it, where to find it, and also how to take it down and get all of those 8 Kyber bricks, as well as the one singular capital ship token there. But hey, quick little reminder, we have quick links down below in the video description. So if you've already found the Executor, whichever one you want to call it, and you want to just go ahead and see where the Kyber bricks are, feel free to use the quick links as they will jump you through. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and pick up right where we left off, which is actually hanging out on the old Death Star 2, where we knocked out all 7 Kyber bricks. We're going to go ahead and toggle over to our ship tab here in the menu and notice that the Executor, I guess I'm struggling with which way to go with it. I know if I choose one, y'all are going to make fun of me or tell me it's the other, so I'm trying to double down and go with both. But basically all you need to do is complete episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and then you do have to have a pretty large pocketbook, as it will require a total of 5 million studs. Now, this can be found, as I already mentioned, in Tattooine Space or Bespin Space. So if you're having troubles with one or the other, definitely jump back and forth until it pops up. But we're going to go ahead and travel to Tattooine Space, and it should spawn for you in roughly 45 seconds or less. And if not, travel to the other one. So if you landed in Tatooine and it doesn't spawn in a roughly 45 seconds to a minute, hop over to Bespin Space and try your luck there, and then just keep coming back and forth. Now, you notice I actually left and traveled inside the Death Star 2, so it was here. So I thought maybe it might not. Oh, wait. Never mind. There she blows. We'll go ahead and see what tasks are appointed next, which, first of all, we got to fly within that circle, so head for the green one. It's funny, green means go, red means no, so we're going to go ahead and skip those space battles. Now, you might notice there are a handful of turrets on either side of the capital ship, as well as a few TIE fighters floating around. We're going to kind of focus on one side. Now, if you get a chance to take out some of those TIEs, I highly recommend. But I'm just actually going to make one swoop all the way down the left side, and I'm going to take out a couple of TIEs. Look at that, I got lucky with those auto aims. But take out all the stuff on this side, and then we're going to roll around to the other side and make our way back, and then focus on whatever TIE fighters are left. And I actually get kind of caught up towards the end, because there's one that's like way out there just floating around, not really engaging or doing anything, and I couldn't tell if he was inside or outside of the circle that sort of keeps us within the ship stuffs, but it turned out he actually was. So he eventually makes a move on me, and I take him down. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that. Although you probably already figured that out, that we got to depleter that meter up top and get those ship defenses all the way down, which means you got to take them all down. All right, so we'll go ahead and loop to loop. There's a ship. I don't know where this guy ended up. I think he goes over the top. Yep, there he is. All right, bye. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make our way around the tail end here. Now, you could have just gone up over the top or whatever. I just wanted like one smooth pass both ways just for kind of ease of the video. However, this turn around the backside certainly took a lot longer than I had hoped. I probably should have sped this up. Anyhow. All right, so as we round the corner here, we should start seeing some red blips. And we'll go ahead and take all those down. There we go, locked on. Now, feel free to use those proton torpedoes as well. And, we're just going to go ahead and keep with the pew-pew-pews. Eventually, once we get that meter depleted, it's actually going to allow us to target and land on the ship. Once we do that, we actually are tasked with taking down a whole brigade of baddies. That's right, a brigade of baddies that are going to try to take us down. And I've got a nice little tip for you that's going to help eradicate those baddies. So, all right, here's the guy I was talking about earlier. He's like way out there, outside of my reach. I'm sort of trying to lead my bullets or blaster bolts, and it's just not working for me. Then all of a sudden I take fire from the back, and I'm like, all right, maybe that isn't a guy I need to worry about. He's way... Oh, wait, that's not done. So I start going back this way, and I do believe at one point he says something like, I've got a lock on him, or something like that. I've got tone. And what is this? Top Gun Maverick? No, he actually, I think he says, I got him in my sights. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't say nothing. All right. So we've gone ahead and taken down all of the defenses, which now leaves this ship, that's right, defenseless. So we'll go ahead and aim towards it, and it should fill the meter, and press the icon indicator, which then asks you, are you sure you want to land for takeover? Well, yes, we do. We're going to go ahead and click that X button on our end, and woot! All right. Through the old barrier there. I still don't understand how those work, and I hope that one day in my lifetime I get to see those in real life. Like, I know we haven't created them yet, but it'd be pretty cool, right? Like, keeping all the oxygen and good stuff in and all the noxygen and bad stuff out. That's right. That's not oxygen for those of you who don't understand what I'm trying to say. Noxygen. Write it down. Brianism 624137. Gosh, I'm getting up there with made-up stuffs. Anyways, all right, here we are. We got to fight these guys. Now, if you notice, it actually kind of starts us over on the left side, and naturally, you know, people want to move around and do whatever. I find it's actually super helpful to stay over on the side. Now, this guy sort of gets away from me, and my aim does too. Don't mind the aim. We'll go ahead and take them all down, I promise. But I highly recommend sort of staying over in that left corner as much as you can. Now watch this. They're all going to spawn in sort of a straight line for us as they drop in out of nowhere. I guess they're dropping off the top, but anyways, we're going to go ahead and look at this. It's just pew, 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 pew. Now, of course, I always recommend the Bounty Hunter for anything shooting worthy here. And in this case, the triple blast is certainly helping us not only get it done but, well, that's actually what it's doing. So you might notice, too, that I'm taking or getting a lot of damage in that corner over there. There is a turret that I guess seemingly keeps respawning or rebuilding, or maybe one of them. But I keep doing damage to it. So that's what that rogue or mystery number is in the back corner over there. But look, they just sort of all just land right in front of you. So, I mean, this could take a lot longer, and you could probably end up taking a bunch of damage and maybe even dying, you know, if you're just wandering around. But hanging out on this left side, basically right where they spawn you, is the perfect place to do the whole... And look, here comes the final boss right here, TT 2005. I feel like that's a reference to TT Games 2005 being the first Lego game. Isn't that when Lego Star Wars came out? I'd have to look that up, honestly, but I feel like that's right around the time. It's also the year my son was born, so pretty eventful year for me if that was the case. But I'll have to go back and double-check that. That might not be the case at all. And you guys will drop some comments down below and let me know if you happen to know the answer. But look, see, the left side works pretty well. Taken out. There's also that information hub there that I can actually use as a barrier to prevent the shots from hitting me. So old TT 2005 actually has a pretty good shot on him, considering he's a stormtrooper, you know, and definitely might need to take some cover at times. All right, I've got them all gone, and, you know, I'm about to spend $5 million on picking this up, and I didn't get a stud comet this time, so I was feeling a little broke, even though we've got 11 billion. Definitely not broke. But you're going to want to pick up the card that TT 2005 left behind. We'll go ahead and give it a quick swipe, and up comes General Wuss. Oh, wait, no, it's Rothland. Sorry, my bad. He's actually shaking in his boots, and we'll go ahead and... that's right. Take him on down, depleter his meter, and seize the Executor. Executor? Go ahead and purchase it for $5 million. Now, if you don't have 5 million studs, what are you doing watching this? You should have prevented yourself from jumping ahead and, you know, make sure you complete story, free play, free roam before you really take these on. Because then the money's not a factor. You'll probably already have the 10 billion trophy or achievement if you're on a platform that has that, but anyways, all right, we officially got that ship on lock. Next up, we're going to go ahead and go on a Kyber brick adventure. And just like the others, look at this. We got a grapple point sort of in the front left side of the door here. We're going to jump up, and there's brick just kind of chilling here. So easy peasy. Most of these are actually quite easy. You know, I've said this before. I do feel like a lot of these ships could have had less tasks and just, you know, made it quicker and easier. However, you know, the grind is real, and it's fairly rewarding. Once you get to the end, I know I'm going to be patting myself on the back. And speaking of back, we actually got to find a terminal over here on the back wall. That's right. There's a Kyber brick down below that red glowing shield. It's one of those laser beam force field walls. And in order to unlock it, we actually have to use this villain terminal. So I toggled over to Vader. He gets the job done for me. Your pattern is likely going to be different than ours, and don't worry, that's just kind of how the game is. It's a randomly generated opportunity there. Drop down and collect that laser lift Larks brick. And, of course, we're going to go ahead and keep on with the keeping on. So next, we're going to make our way into the hallway, and once we get here, we'll go ahead and pop open the map and look over to our left, as there is a brick just chilling inside this room. This one actually has 4 bullseyes scattered throughout, so you got to take down all the targets. One of them's kind of tricky as it's actually looking down at you versus around at you. I'm going to take that one up first and move around the room, take them all down. But oh, wait, boom. All right. Again, I recommend the Bounty Hunter for these as it's pretty nice having those extra bolts come out of that blaster and make sure that your aim is a little bit gooder than mine. All right, Superstar Shooter done did. All right. We're going to go ahead and pull up the map and look around the corner here. Look at that. Whoop-de-whoop. We got another brick. So we'll go ahead and mark that one. This one is called the Bedtime brick. In fact, this one is pretty simple too. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than this. I mean, if it's just sitting there waiting for you, probably easier. But right next to the cage is a bed. Go ahead and take it on down. And look at that. There's a switch on the ground. Step on that bad boy and collect that Kyber Bedtime brick. Woo to the woo. All right. Next up, you guessed it, another Kyber brick. It's a Kyber brick-a-thon. We're almost there, too. Look at that. We've got less than, I mean, we're about, by the time we're done with this, we're going to have less than 75 bricks total before we're maxed out. We've seen this boardroom before. It looks a little different this time. I'm going to use some trickery here. A couple of different ways you can do this. Basically, there are 4 switches throughout the room, and I'm using the Force to lift up this food cart and sort of strategically drop it there. You can't place it as accurately as you can like one of these boxes, but I got 2 of them down, so I'm going to go ahead and just stand on the 3rd one and toggle over and move over. Now, you could always use a protocol droid, split them in half, and you can actually do that 2 times if you wanted and step on all 4. But I find that using the Force to move a box and another item throughout the room, if you do it right, is probably a little bit easier. So if you're struggling, though, pull out that protocol droid. All right, there is a door at the end of the hallway. That's going to take us into a secret place. We're actually going to tag that and head up to the old bridge. That's right, this bad boy's got a bridge. And up there, we're going to solve a puzzle called Bright Bridge Bounty. Now, this is another one of those ones that has the switches with the 4 possible placements. And I've got an easy solution for you, but just in case you're wondering, or maybe for some reason that my solution doesn't work for you, all 3 of the button solutions are in the actual bridge room itself. So it's pretty simple. The one that looks back towards the door is the one that looks on the back wall there to the right. Now, the one that was actually looking to the right of the ship or the bridge room is the one on the right wall. I probably said that in a very confusing way, but just do it this way. 4, 2, 3. While looking back towards the door, right? So not towards the boardroom, 4, 2, 3, but 4, 2 on the left side, and then 3. And look at that. That's pretty sweet, huh? It's like one of the first ones I actually solved easily. All those other ones, I always struggle to find the solutions, and then sometimes I struggle to figure out which solution goes to which puzzle or which, terminal. Anyways, all right, back through the door we go and down a little ways. We're actually going to wrap around a hallway before it actually presents us, whoops, wrong word, with the next Kyber brick. All right, you can always buy the rumors too if you're having a hard time finding them on your map. But, all right, so down here in this room, we've got 1, 2, 3 switches. Now, I tried using the push force trick where you just kind of flip the switch from the middle and just look left and flip the next one and look left again, but I couldn't get it to work, so I actually had to hoof it around and push down all of them manually. But as you can see, I actually had plenty of time, so shouldn't be a problem for you either. All right, 7 done did. That's right, Quality Empire. Oh, that's called Lever to Me. Looks like I forgot to update that text there. Hopefully I got that fixed before I rendered it. Anyways, Lever to Me. That's great. Get it? Lever to Me. Hey, there is a Wookiee. That's one of those secret ones that had been locked, which is why I have not attempted that challenge yet. Much like the targeting practices. There's a couple of targeting stuffs on these capital ships, so we'll get those challenges finished up after we get all the ships done did. All right, the final one is called the Droid Next Door. Now, once you target the Kyber brick, it'll actually have a little power line that goes through the wall to the left side of the cage. That gives us a pretty good indication that there's going to be some sort of puzzle, and in this case, it's an astromech. We'll go ahead and solve that with our, well, not favorite, but our equipped BB-9 astromech droid. Of course, R2 and others work. Choose your favorite. And I get stuck in the corner there, so I just go ahead and toggle over to Vader. But we need to wrap around the corner and go collect it. However, if you don't get there in time, it should reward it to you anyway. So, all right. That is all 8 of the bricks. We got that ship conquered as well. And as mentioned earlier, we are less than 75 bricks away from being totally done with all of the collectibles in this. That's crazy, right? Well, we're going to get a couple of ship tokens along the way, too. But the Executor, a.k.a. Executor, depending on how you want to, is done dead. Woo to the who. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to click that like button. Of course, check us out on social media. And hopefully there's a Thumbbeat must-see video that'll likely lead you to the next one. But hey, guys, that's going to do it for me. As always, until next time, see ya.